Okay, what is up, everyone? Hello and welcome. Decided to mute that music while I did my pre-stream here today. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? I am Darkside Phil. Yes, and welcome to today's gameplay stream. Today is Friday, January 20th, 2017. Hopefully you are doing well and you're having a good day. Today is a big day, at least in the United States. Today is Inauguration Day. Today we swore in a brand new president, Donald Trump. We don't know how this is going to go. Excuse me. I said on Twitter my feelings about the subject, okay? I certainly am not in love with Donald Trump, okay? The guy says a lot, talks big, and in a lot of ways does not live up to what he says. I know this personally from business dealings with him when I used to work with this guy, when I used to work for the helicopter company I used to work for, okay? And, you know, it is what it is. He's the president. So for me, I kind of approach it with an open mind. I'm going to give the guy a shot, see what he does. Can he do anything good for us, for the American people? Of course, you've got people on completely opposite sides of the spectrum. You got people who are so pro-Trump. They're so happy today. They're freaking out. They're like, yes, finally we got those lefty socialist Democrats out of power, and Obama, who did all these terrible things as president. Thank God he's out and Trump is in, and they're rejoicing in the streets and dancing and eating their delicious pate. And then you got people on the opposite side of the spectrum who are weeping on their hands and knees in front of the White House right now. I'm not even kidding. You could actually see video footage of these people because they're fucking retarded. Protesting and ripping their hair out. And, oh my God, it's the end of the world. We've got another Republican president. Oh my God. It's so terrible. You know, all the ideals that the Republicans stand for are so anti what we're for that there's no possible way that the world will not end while this man is in the presidency. And it's pretty crazy. Certainly one of the most polarizing political things that has ever happened. Honestly, right? Pretty insane. I'm in the middle. I don't like Trump. I don't super hate Trump. All right. So it's not like I don't know. I don't know what to say. I said on Twitter today, I'm feeling hopeful dread. Like, I hope things go well, but at the same time, I'm a skeptic, so I have to have some skepticism that this guy will not live up to his promises. I mean, let's be honest here. Much like any president, what president in my memory of being alive, what president do I remember that ever lived up to their promises? Zero. Zero presidents, exactly. I like Bush in the 1980s. Read my lips, no new taxes. And then he immediately raised taxes when he became president, right? Or, you know, the Clintons I say the Clintons because we know that it was more of group decisions than anything else. But the Clintons, Bill Clinton, who did good for the economy, supposedly. But a lot of people attribute that to more of circumstances of the tech boom than what Clinton did when he was in office, honestly. Right? And, Clinton, who waged a lot of war. A lot of people don't want to talk about that, but he did. He waged a lot of war outside of the United States. And then you got, Bush Jr., who honestly waged wars based on terrible intel, and racked up our national deficit and all that, and went terrible, terrible debt because of this guy. Then we got Obama, who tried to do, some things, but certainly did not live up to any of his real promises of mass change and stuff that was going to happen. All these presidents, they literally make all these promises, and then they don't live up to them. But the bottom line is, would any of them ever get elected if they didn't make these crazy promises? Probably not, right? So, my overall thoughts on the matter are very simple, okay? I'm not saying it's the end of the world, and I'm not saying it's a jubilant time. It's a time to wait and see, especially for people like me who are in the middle. I'm not a Republican nor a Democrat. I kind of sit in the middle on a lot of issues, and I lean towards one side or the other depending on what the issue is. It's very hard for someone like me to to even get information because the media in the United States is incredibly spun to the left 95% of the time. And then there's the other side, which is spun incredibly to the right. There's like no middle ground. There's not even a news network that covers American news, that covers it from a non-political perspective. There's no neutral news. The news spins everything, which is ridiculous, in my opinion. You know, a lot of things about Trump, I'll be honest here, there's a lot of things about Trump that have been blown insanely out of proportion and have nothing to fucking do whatsoever with his presidency, yet it's like main page news because of these leftist news agencies that want to discredit him. Now, I'm certainly not saying that Trump is innocent. Absolutely, he's done lots of stupid shit. I mean, like I said, I do not really support the guy at all. I was not for him for president. But from a neutral perspective, I can look at things from the outside and say, holy shit, boy, has this been a dishonest media cycle against Trump in a lot of ways. And, you know, I think a lot of people have to let that go. Because if you don't let that go and give a president a chance, then you're doomed to fail. And ultimately, if Trump fails, we all, in America, we all suffer. You know? And the world in a lot of ways, because, you know, what happens to America affects the entire planet. So, you know, I just, I don't get these people that are so negative about it, right? And oh my God, we got to get him out of office in any way or whatever. It's like, come on. You got to be a mature fucking adult and stop being a whiny little baby about this shit. You know, it's just like a whiny baby. Doesn't get their way. They didn't get their ice cream. You know, they didn't get their flavor of ice cream that they wanted. So instead of actually dealing with the fact that they still at least have ice cream, they're going to stand there and whine and complain while the ice cream melts down the side of the fucking cone. Grow up. You know, Trump's our president, and you got to deal with it. You know, sitting here and whining and stomping your feet and protesting and complaining will do absolutely nothing constructive for this country. At least that's my take on it, okay? All right, so that's my feelings on it, and that's all I have to say about Trump and the inauguration. Now, let's get on with it, and let's move on to what we're here for today. What are we here for today? We are here for Zelda. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for Zelda. And I left off yesterday in the Water Temple. I don't know how far into the Water Temple I am, but I was in there for a good 45 minutes at least. And we'll see, you know, how far it goes. So from what I understand, I talked to a few people on Twitter last night. I asked on Twitter, how long is the game? How much longer do I actually have in Zelda? All right. Excuse me. And I got some varying answers, but it kind of seems like the consensus was maybe around 7 to 8 hours, okay? So, if that is true, if there is 7 to 8 hours left in the game, that's good news because, ladies and gents, I'm playing today on stream. I'm playing tomorrow on stream. And after my Twitch and Chill Marathon that's going to take place on Sunday, I will be playing again on Monday. So, there you go. It's going to be 3 days of Zelda, which means at least 9 hours of gameplay. So, even if I maybe have a tough time with some of the stuff coming up, I think we're going to be good. Oh my God, excuse me. That would be great. That would be very good because I would like to finish this game up before we get to the new releases this week. As you know, the huge new release coming up this week is Resident Evil 7. I'm doing midnight coverage of it right here on my Twitch stream, so I hope that you'll be here for the launch of Resident Evil 7 this coming Monday. And I'll be doing that, all week pretty much. That'll be my major gameplay is Resident Evil 7. Now, also coming out this week is Yakuza 0, which I have been getting, messages from people. People are very interested to see me do it, apparently. And I didn't know this, but get this, everyone. You might not know this either. I'm pretty much the only major YouTuber that covers Yakuza and does a full playthrough in English. I didn't know that. For example, when I played Yakuza 5 last year, right? When I was playing it, it wasn't getting a lot of attention. And so I did it as kind of a downtime playthrough throughout December, and then I finished it up in January. And like I said, initially it didn't get a lot of views. Well, I actually went back, and if you take a look at that playthrough has a tremendous amount of viewership. I guess what happened is people realized no one does these for YouTube in English. I guess a lot of, Japanese, maybe Let's Players do them. But pretty much almost no one does the Yakuza playthrough in English. So, it might make sense. Even if I do the Yakuza playthrough and it ends up, not being super popular now, in the long run, it might pick up traction just like my Yakuza 5 playthrough did. So I think what I may do is I'll start with Resident Evil 7, and then I'll start maybe balancing that with Yakuza, and go from there. You know what I mean? I think that it could be pretty good to do that for a couple weeks, and at least until Neo, because Neo is coming out on February 7th. So then, when Neo starts, do that as the main playthrough and balance that with Yakuza for a bit. So it could be pretty interesting. I think that's how I'll do it. Since there seems to be tons of interest in me doing Yakuza. And I like Yakuza. I've played 2 of the Yakuza games so far and really enjoyed them. Okay? Alright. So there you have it now. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, my Game of the Year awards will conclude on KO Gaming. So if you've been following along with my Game of the Year awards all week, 3 parts are currently live. Okay? And I'm certainly, excited for people to see the conclusion. I wonder how many people have guessed correctly. People have been guessing like crazy all week what games I put into what positions and stuff like that, right? And I'm excited to release the final part tonight. So that'll be live on KO Gaming. If you haven't seen any of these yet, it's youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. Get caught up. The big conclusion of my Game of the Year awards is tonight, okay? Now, next week on KO Gaming, just want to let everyone know, it's not going to stop. It's not like just because the year-end stuff is over that I won't be making content for KO Gaming anymore. It's quite the contrary. I think what I'm going to do is next week, after maybe playing Resident Evil 7 for a couple days, I'm probably going to be doing a first impressions video about the game. Because I think a lot of people are interested in what the hell this game actually is, being that, the demo for it was something so different from the Resident Evil formula. So probably after, one or 2 sessions of Resident Evil 7, I'll probably do a first impressions video of it. And then I'll probably be working on we'll see how it goes, how much time I have, the kind of a best moments of my Dark Souls Redemption run. I want to do kind of a best of moments, the biggest fails, the funny moments, stuff like that. So I'll see how I can, how much time I'll have and how much I can put into it, and see if I can actually do, a good montage of that over on KO Gaming. Of course, when I finish Resident Evil 7, I'll be reviewing it, okay? So there's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff on KO Gaming coming up. So don't think that just because the year-end stuff's over, that's it, KO Gaming's dead. It's quite the contrary, especially the fact that, there's all these new games coming out. All that kind of coverage is going to be on KO Gaming for you, okay? Ugh. Apologies, everybody. All right. I'm not going to go into a super plug segment today. I did yesterday, okay? I know that you guys and gals that are here today are more of the core viewership. I realize that this is a downtime kind of, a niche playthrough, not something that tons of people are crazy for Zelda or anything like that. I'm not naive enough to think that people were going to be here for Ocarina of Time, okay? Ugh. All right. So is everybody ready for Zelda? Are you ready? I hope so. All right. I don't really have anything else to talk about on pre-stream today. I think I'm ready to start. If you're ready, then I think I am ready. Okay. That is it. It's time to conclude. It's time to resume Zelda Water Temple. We'll start right where I left off. In fact, I'll open up my 3DS right now. Get the music playing again. And let's do it. All right, everybody. All right. Here we go.